I thought gaming was bad for you. Gamification shows us that this couldn't be further from the truth. What is gamification? Gamification is simply harnessing typical elements from games, like competition or rule following, and applying them to real-life scenarios. Through gamification, we're able to tackle many real-world problems by simulating these conditions in a virtual environment. There are numerous benefits associated with this, which I will now present to you. Students, how many of your parents or teachers have ever said that video games rot your brain or ruin your eyes? Well, think again. It's exactly the opposite, and I have proof. Studies have shown that playing 15 hours a week of games actually helps to improve eyesight and find objects easier when in clutter. It's a common misconception that certain games, e.g. those centered around warfare, can make individuals lash out and behave violently. And whilst this may be true for some individuals who already have a violent predisposition, these games have also been proven to help social behavior in children because of the aspect of rule following. So all these rumours you're told should be taken with a pinch of salt. My next example shows how gaming can save countless lives. Paxton Galvanick, an HR manager in the US, witnessed a flipped-over car on the motorway. His instincts took over. He quickly rushed to help the injured passengers and was able to get them to safety. Miraculously, he was able to stop extreme bleeding and treat other various injuries. Later, Paxton called the makers of the game America's Army. Within it, he saw the characters do this kind of thing, but in a military situation. And Paxton said, "I received no prior medical training, and because of the training and presentations within America's Army, I was able to help and possibly save the injured men." Now, if that doesn't show how gaming can change the world, then what will? There's so many positive outcomes from gaming, and I believe they outweigh the negatives. Imagine if we could provide these games to people in deprived areas. We could change their lives. We could create games that teach people how to build a shelter or how to know if they're consuming clean water. And just like Paxton Galvanick, we could teach people skills which they could apply to real-life situations. Years ago, it would have been unheard of to use gaming in the classroom, but now it's used as a teaching tool all over the world. Educational games are probably one of the most useful types of gamification. This shows that these games in question may be frowned upon now, but in the future, they may be essential to how we survive. According to a study conducted by the University of Colorado on the impact of games on adult learners, adults in gamified e-learning experiences scored 40% higher in skill-based knowledge assessments, 11% higher in terms of factual knowledge, and had a 9% increase in retention rate. This not only shows that gaming helps adults to acquire knowledge and skills more effectively, but also helps them to retain information better and commit it to long-term memory for future use. There's also been evidence that gaming has outstanding health benefits, including the aiding of dementia patients. These games help dementia patients to slow down their cognitive decline, and bright colours and movements help to stimulate the brain. Their games are generally slower than the ones we see today. This leads me to virtual reality. Virtual reality is not a type of gaming, but is enhancing the gaming experience to make it more realistic. VR is a three-dimensional image that can be interacted with from controls or special type of gaming equipment. Many games have already been developed to help with education, and many large companies are developing their own VR set, which can help so many industries, ranging from property to travel. Facebook created the Oculus Rift to take technology to a new level and make social networking as lifelike as possible. Imagine sitting on opposite sides of the world from your parents and being able to have dinner with them just by putting on a headset, thanks to the Oculus Rift placing you in the same virtual room. There will always be the question, will these games surpass life? Would you rather be immersed in a virtual environment or be walking around in the real world? I agree that spending endless hours in front of screens with no human interaction or exercise is not good at all. But if gaming takes place in a healthy and balanced environment, which one can enjoy for pleasure or use for business, education, or health, surely this can't be bad for you. Thank you.